Welcome to FootballGameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, of the playbook, bringing you my NCAA FBS Top 25 for Week 5. So let's just start this video at number 25 with a team making its first appearance in my rankings. Temple Owls make their appearance in my top 25. This team is 3-1, playing outstanding defense, and they have a very sound ground game led by running back Bernard Pierce. These guys are going to be one to be reckoned with in the Mid-American Conference. Look for Temple to continue its winning ways. I'm not dropping West Virginia completely out of my rankings. They played a tough LSU ball club, but they came out and showed a lot of heart. I'm keeping them at 24, and I think this team still has enough talent to make a run in the Big East. Geno Smith is a guy that may get some Heisman consideration. This is a different Seminole ball club without quarterback E.J. Manuel, and until he gets back in the lineup, Florida State will continue to struggle offensively. Although I like what I see out of the young skill players, Manuel is the straw that stirs his drink, so as soon as he gets back into that offense, Florida State will get back to its winning ways. I have the Razorbacks at number 22. The reason why I dropped these guys so far is they failed to make a statement in their statement game versus Alabama. They let the Crimson Tide score on every which kind of way they could. So I look for the Razorbacks to try to bounce back, get back on that winning track, but they have to make sure they tie up their loose ends. Michigan State was able to bounce back from the loss to Notre Dame with the victory over Central Michigan, but they have an even tougher test this week against the Ohio State Buckeyes. This will be a true litmus test for the Sparks to see how well they really progress from the Notre Dame loss. I'm just going to keep Oregon at this level right here, number 20. Wake me up when Oregon gets to October 15th versus Arizona State, their first real test since the LSU ball game. That is going to be the true tell sign of how well this Oregon Ducks team will progress throughout the season. Now, TCU's defense has improved over the last 3 weeks since playing Baylor, but they face another outstanding offense this week in SMU, another true test for this Horned Frog team to see how well the defense has improved and if they're still the same team that gave up a zillion yards to the Baylor Bears. Defending the option is like a slow death. It's very painful and agonizing. The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets have done a great job of recruiting kids to play their scheme, and they're going to give every team they face fits throughout the season because it's tough to prepare in just short notice for that option attack. Look for these guys to make a run for the ACC crown. Great bounce back victory for the Arizona State Sun Devils. I like what I see out of Brock Osweiler, a big quarterback, 6'8", guy that has a rocket arm, leads the team well. But Arizona State, even though they lost a lot of key players, they're still very talented and seriously the cream of the crop of the Pac-12. When you have a sound defense and can run the football like Illinois can, they're led by their talented tailback Troy Pollard. Nathan Schillhaus is doing a great job protecting the football. So I like what I see out this team as a whole, and they have a huge test this week as they play Northwestern, a team that's always pesky in the sides of every team in the Big Ten. There's a lot to like about the Clemson Tigers. These guys are very fast, both offensively and defensively. And you got to like the job that Dabo Swinney has done with this squad. Now, they're undefeated right now. Can they continue to play consistent football? And that's something that's plagued the Tigers throughout the years. If they can continue to be consistent, this is a dangerous team to keep an eye on. The South Florida Bulls entered the Big East Conference play this week against the Pittsburgh Panthers. They're undefeated, are the Bulls. Can they continue to play lights out offensively, and can B.J. Daniels continue his improvement at the quarterback spot? That has yet to be seen, so let's see what the Bulls do this week against the Panthers. Robert Griffin is the leading candidate for the Heisman Trophy. In my opinion, this guy is playing lights out, more touchdowns than incompletions, and that's a reason why the Bears are flying up the top 25 and may make a push for a BCS bid if they continue this high level of play. Tough loss for the Aggies last week against Oklahoma State. They were leading at halftime. The second half collapse is what was monumental, but I'm still going to give these guys the benefit of the doubt. I like what I saw defensively. The offense can score points, so I'm going to keep these guys at 12, and I think they're going to turn it around and get back to their outstanding play this season. If Steven Garcia can protect the football and become a threat in the passing game, you have to like South Carolina chances out of the SEC. These guys have a talented defensive line, can get to the quarterback, great running game in Lattimore. It all falls on the shoulders of Garcia and not turning over the football. Boy, Jeff Demps has to be one of the fastest guys in the country, and that Florida Gators offense looks a lot better this season under Charlie Weis. A lot of balance across the board, and that balance is going to be much needed this week against the vaunted Alabama Crimson Tide defense. Everyone wants to talk defense when speaking about Virginia Tech. Well, let's talk offense. I like their running game down there with Wilson, but it's up to quarterback Logan Thomas to continue to improve in the passing game and protect the football. If he can limit his interceptions, this team could be very dangerous. At number 8, I have the Wisconsin Badgers. This is their true test this week against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. If they could win this ball game against Nebraska, look for Wisconsin to fly up these rankings and many other rankings, because this team has the look of a team that's going to probably contend for the Big Ten crown. I'm going with the Oklahoma State Cowboys at number 7. I love the heart and want to that they showed last week against A&M. Tough place to play, and they were able to come back on the road and put up a lot of points and make a key play defensively. That has the mark of a team that has their eyes focused on a conference championship. The Nebraska Cornhuskers offense have been scoring points in bunches, but the question has to be, how good is that defense? They were able to shut down Wyoming last week, but can they be prepared to shut down what Wisconsin brings to the table? That's going to be a huge test for this Cornhusker defense. The Cardinals had the week off last week, so they had 2 weeks to prepare for a UCLA Bruins team that's going to come in and be a game opponent. So can they use the rest of their advantage? I think Stanford will get it done and continue to stay put at 5th unless one of these top 5 teams falters, but Stanford can move up in these rankings. At number 4, I have the Boise State Broncos. They get their revenge game this week against the Nevada Wolfpack. Should be a classic matchup out west. Look for the Broncos to probably win this ball game in impressive fashion as they're trying to fight to get into that BCS berth and win a spot in the national title. Alabama was able to dominate Arkansas in all 3 facets of the ball game: offense, defense, and special teams. They have another huge test this week against the University of Florida, but that's the reason why I have these guys ranked 3rd. They earn my respect from their play against the Razorbacks. Oklahoma was able to tough it out last week against Missouri. Tough opponent they played at home. Now they come in, get a bye week technically against the Ball State Cardinals. They have to remain focused, otherwise Ball State can pull off the upset. The Tigers have my vote for number 1 in college football. These guys have been playing lights out defensively, but the quarterback play of Jared Lee has been efficient and he hasn't made the big mistake. And if he can continue to do this throughout the season, the Tigers will be tough to beat week in, week out. For more college football previews, visit footballgameplan.com/collegefootball or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan. And listen to the Football Game Plan radio show, which airs Saturdays 11 a.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan.